Now we're going to look at a rectangular prism instead of a cube. So in a rectangular prism, you have 3 different dimensions. At least in this one you do. So my length is 10 inches, my width is 6 inches, and my height is 5 inches. We're going to unfold that like a net and look at it this way. So I have pairs of squares or rectangles, I have pairs of rectangles that are the same measurement. So the blue is the same measurement, the brown is the same measurement, and the green is the same measurement. So what we need to do is we need to find the area of one of the brown and multiply that times 2. Then we need to find the area of one of the blue rectangles, multiply that by 2, and the same with the green. Find the area of the green rectangle and multiply that times 2. And let's see what that looks like. Okay. This is very important, 5th grade, so I want you to listen. Listen very carefully. Look at how organized this is. When you are trying to find the surface area, there's a lot of math that you need to do. And oftentimes we get things wrong because we're not writing things in an organized way. So this is a great way to organize your math, working out your math while you're trying to find the surface area. So we're going to start with the brown rectangles right here. And I know that my length is the same as the top. So my length is 10 inches and my width right here is 6 inches. So I've got 10 by 6. Let's look at how this is organized. 10 by 6, and I'm going to add that to this brown rectangle. I'm going to add that to another 10 times 6, or I can write it 10 times 6 times 2. Now remember, back to PEMDAS, we always do the math that's in the parentheses first. So I multiply my 10 times 2 times 60, and then I multiply that by 2 to get 120 inches squared. Now we need to leave that there. We're not done with it. We're going to come back to that later. All right, we're going to move on to the blue rectangles. My blue rectangles measure, my length again is 10 and my width is 5. So I'm going to find the area to get 10 times 5, and then I'm going to add that 10 times 5 to another 10 times 5. I can write it like this, 10 times 5 times 2. Work out the parentheses first. 10 times 5 is 50, times 2 equals 100. I'm going to leave this here, but not forget about it because I need it later. All right, lastly, we've got the 2 green rectangles. My length is 5 inches. It tells you right there. And my width is 6 inches. Whoops, let's go back. So I have 5 inches by 6 inches. And let's look down here. So 6 times 5 plus 6 times 5, or 6 times 5 times 2, which is 30 times 2, which is 60 inches squared. Again, this is important, this answer. I'm going to take now my 120, it's right here, inches squared, and then which are the measurements of the 2 brown rectangles together. And I'm going to add the measurement of the 2 blue rectangles together, which equal 100 inches squared. And then thirdly, I'm going to add the measurement of the 2 green rectangles multiplied together, which is 60. So 120 plus 100 plus 60 equals 200 inches squared. So the entire surface area of this is 280 inches squared. And here's what it looks like if I were to not look at it as a net. Okay. All right, 5th grade, I'm going to stop there and we're going to do part 3 in a moment.